hear me over the noise of the vacuum there, but I've got my big bowl of ground up cocoa nibs here. Hopefully you can see those. So we're pouring in. And if you look inside, you can see that a lot of the stuff is whipping around in there. That's all of the light stuff that's going to go up the tube. If I hold my hand over it, all of the light stuff gets sucked up. Let my hand off, it goes around that. Now you'll notice there's a restriction here. I used a little funnel on purpose. It's got a restriction on the bottom. That slows down the airflow, and you also notice that I put a gap down here between the top and the bottom of the bucket to let the airflow in here. I want a certain amount of airflow up the center and less swirling around. This is actually meant for lighter dust, so you have to modify it this way in order to get separation at the particle sizes we used to with crushed cocoa beans. So let's go again here. And just kind of dump it in at a nice, steady, even flow rate. Now just a second here, we're going to take a look inside and see if we captured anything or if I got my flow rate set right or not. You'll see a lot of the heavier stuff bouncing around down on the bottom here. And I'm going to slow the airflow down and you'll see that it sucks up more. You see all the heavier stuff. It's pretty obvious that what you see in there are the nibs, right? So now, let the airflow go. You just heard a whole bunch of stuff drop to the bottom, right? So now, just for fun, we'll take a look inside and see what we've got. Yep, whole bunch of nibs. I don't know if you can see that or not. You can see some still dropping down. Okay, now, in the other bucket here, you've got everything that went up here. On the first pass, some of the lighter, smaller pieces of the nibs does get sucked up. Rather than lose those, collect those in here, and we'll reprocess those with a different setting on this the second time. Okay, so after we do 2 or 3 passes through the filter over there, the cyclone, each time we pull the stuff out of the orange collection bucket, we run it back through the cyclone, we end up with 2 buckets. One looks like this, which is almost completely nibs. I just dropped one on the floor. Yep, there's one little husk, but a very, very, very clean batch of mostly, there's one more little shell there, nibs, so I can put these in the juicer. And then what comes out the other side is this bucket, and as you can see, very, very different from the container of nibs. This is almost all just empty husk, nothing worth keeping in it. So that just shows you that's the new way for you to separate your husks from your shells, from your nibs.